It's funny, isn't it, how
Yeah.
the holidays are supposed to be about, well, joy and all that. But sometimes it feels like it just brings out the Scrooge in everyone. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. The pressure, the shopping, trying to make everything perfect.
Yeah. It's enough to make anyone say bah humbug. But today, let's dive into the OG Christmas grump himself, Ebenezer Scrooge, from, of course, A Christmas Carol.
Ah, Dickens's masterpiece.
Exactly. We're going to unpack what makes Scrooge tick and why his transformation, why that's so powerful, even, what, almost 200 years later.
Right. It's a story that just keeps resonating.
Yeah. And we're lucky enough to be experiencing it through the voice of, get this, Keith Morrison.
No way. The Dateline guy.
Yeah, the Keith Morrison.
Yeah.
He narrates this audio adaptation. It's incredible.
Wow. I bet he brings the story to life in a whole new way.
Oh, absolutely. And yet Dickens, he just paints such a vivid picture of Scrooge misery. Right from the start, he sets the scene, 1840s London, Christmas Eve.
A city steeped in tradition.
Exactly. But here's Scrooge, shunning every bit of it.
The ultimate Christmas killjoy. But that contrast, right, that's what makes his transformation so striking.
Totally. So we got to ask, right, is Scrooge truly heartless? Just a miser? Or is there something deeper there? That's what we're going to explore.
The age-old question, nature versus nurture.
Right. We'll be using the audio adaptation to kind of trace Scrooge's journey. Even if you think you know the story, stick with us. We'll uncover some fresh insights, I guarantee it.
I'm intrigued already.
Good, good. And, I think A Christmas Carol, it still resonates with us today because we've all encountered a Scrooge in our lives. Or maybe even seen a little bit of Scrooge in ourselves, especially around the holidays.
Oh, yeah, that pressure to prioritize work over, the spirit of the season.
For sure. But Dickens, he takes this relatable human experience and turns it into something extraordinary.
And it all starts with the entrance of Jacob Marley, Scrooge's old business partner. Now, picture this. You see your old partner's face on your door knocker.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, and then boom, there he is, a ghost dragging chains. But not just any chains. Chains made of cash boxes and ledgers. It's chilling.
Yeah, okay, that image always gives me the creeps. But the chains, you're right, they're key here.
Totally. It's not just some spooky Halloween costume. Those chains, they represent Marley's greed. The weight of his life spent chasing wealth and neglecting everything else.
Powerful visual, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's not just that he made bad choices. It's like those choices are literally weighing him down, even in death. It's a reminder, isn't it? Our actions have consequences.
Absolutely. But Scrooge, ever the pragmatist, he tries to, rationalize the ghost away, blame it on bad food or something. But Marley's message is clear. He wasted his life on the wrong business.
Right. He was so focused on profit, accumulating wealth, he forgot about the real business of life, humanity, kindness, connection, all that good stuff.
It's like Marley saying, hey, I made these mistakes. Look at me now. Don't be like me.
A cautionary tale. So it begs the question, what business are we really in, right?
Deep, man, deep. And then comes the kicker. Marley's prophecy. 3 spirits will visit Scrooge. They're his only chance to, avoid ending up like Marley.
3 spirits. Talk about a wake-up call.
Right. It's terrifying, but also hopeful. It sets the stage for the possibility of Scrooge's redemption. He can still change.
There's still hope. That's what keeps us reading, right?
Absolutely. Now, the excerpt we're working with, it ends with Scrooge witnessing other tormented spirits. There's this one who regrets, deeply regrets not helping a poor woman and child. Just reinforces Marley's message, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. It's not just about avoiding punishment in some afterlife. It's about recognizing that what we do, or even what we don't do, it has a ripple effect.
It all comes back around.
Exactly.
So even in this brief glimpse into A Christmas Carol, we see the seeds of Scrooge's transformation being planted. But how does this change actually happen? How does he go from miser to, someone who actually embodies the Christmas spirit? That's what we'll explore next time, so stay tuned.
It's really amazing, how Dickens takes all these supernatural elements, ghosts and chains and time travel and stuff, and he uses them to explore these very real human struggles.
Yeah. We might not have literal ghosts visiting us, but we all deal with choices and consequences and the paths not taken.
Exactly. It's like a morality tale for all time, really.
Totally. And speaking of morality, it's when Scrooge meets the ghost of Christmas past that things get really personal. Instead of seeing, other people suffering, he has to confront his own past. his own regrets.
Yeah, it's not just a highlight reel of happy memories, right? This ghost takes him back to his childhood, shows him moments of loneliness and missed opportunities for love.
Yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking, seeing young Scrooge all alone and neglected. It starts to make sense how those early experiences shaped him, into who he became.
Absolutely. Dickens was so good at like weaving social commentary into his stories, and this is where it gets even more interesting because Dickens himself, he had a tough childhood too. Yeah, he had to work in a factory after his dad was imprisoned for debt. That experience, it really influenced his writing. And you can see those parallels in Scrooge's early life. It makes the story, I don't know, more than just fiction. It's like a reflection of what life was like back then.
Wow, that's fascinating. And you can hear that shift in Morrison's narration too, like there's this touch of sadness, almost sympathy when he's describing young Scrooge. We start to see the human side, beneath the gruff exterior.
Exactly. It reminds us that even the most hardened person, they have a story, like a backstory that made them who they are. It's not about excusing bad behavior, but understanding, that people are complicated.
Right. And that makes his potential for change, for transformation, even more powerful. Because now it's not just about Scrooge becoming a good person, it's about him facing those deep wounds, those early experiences that led him to this point.
It's like a journey of self-discovery, right? That's what makes A Christmas Carol so much more than just a nice holiday story. It makes us look at our own lives, our past choices, and think about what potential we might be ignoring.
Okay, so then, bam, we're suddenly with the Ghost of Christmas Present. We're right in the middle of all the holiday hustle and bustle. We see Bob Cratchit and his family struggling, yeah, but full of love and gratitude.
And of course, there's Tiny Tim, so innocent and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dickens is really playing with our emotions here, showing us the Cratchit's warm, loving Christmas, and then cutting back to Scrooge and his cold, empty life.
It's a pretty stark reminder, right, about what really matters during the holidays. It's about connection, generosity, joy, not just stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And this is where we see Scrooge be genuinely moved for the first time. He's worried about Tiny Tim. He's touched by how much the Cratchits love each other. He even plays their silly Christmas games. It's like these experiences are breaking through his tough exterior. We see glimpses of the good man he could be.
But Dickens is clever, right? He doesn't make Scrooge's transformation happen overnight. It's gradual, like his frozen heart is slowly thawing.
Makes it more realistic, right?
Exactly. And then, oh boy, we come face to face with the ghost of Christmas future, this silent, scary figure who shows Scrooge what his life and death will be like if he doesn't change.
Talk about a scary wake-up call.
Seriously. He sees himself totally alone, unloved. Nobody even mourns him when he dies. Like his life meant nothing. This ghost doesn't mess around with life lessons or happy memories. It just shows him cold, hard reality.
Oof. And for Scrooge, this is the turning point. He's overwhelmed with fear, regret, just this crushing sense of wasted potential. It's not about money anymore. It's about, his humanity, the legacy he'll leave behind.
It's kind of deep, right? Because it taps into our own fears of like living a meaningless life. Scrooge had all the money, the status, but in the end, none of it matters. He's all alone. Makes you think, about how we spend our time.
Yeah. And that's what Dickens is doing. He's holding up a mirror to us and asking, like, is this how you want to be remembered? What mark are you going to leave on the world?
It's powerful stuff.
So faced with this bleak future, Scrooge finally breaks down. He begs for another chance, promises to change his ways, to embrace the Christmas spirit.
It's a moment of desperation, but also hope, like clinging to the possibility of redemption. And maybe it sounds cheesy, but it speaks to that human desire we all have for second chances, that belief that it's never too late to change.
And then we get that iconic Christmas morning, right? Scrooge wakes up, and he's like a completely different person, full of joy, generosity, like he's been reborn. It's amazing to see,
Yeah.
after all that darkness.
It is. It's like after all that regret and facing his own mortality, he finally gets it. He embraces the true spirit of Christmas, reconnect with his nephew, showers the Cratchits with gifts, even gives a huge anonymous donation to charity. It's a contagious, that kind of energy.
But you know what gets me? It's not just the big gestures. It's how his transformation plays out in the small moments, Like he smiles at people, actually takes time to talk to his employees, even apologizes for how he acted before.
Right. Like real change isn't always about these big pronouncements. It's about the everyday choices. Being kinder, more present, more generous in, just regular life.
Makes you think, right? How often do we get caught up in our own stuff and we forget about those small acts of kindness? A smile, listening to someone, helping out. Those little things make a huge difference.
It's like Dickens is saying, look, you don't need ghosts to change your life. The power to choose kindness, to connect with people, it's already inside us.
So why do you think this story, written so long ago, still resonates so much today? Is it just a Christmas thing or is there something deeper?
I think it's because A Christmas Carol speaks to something we all feel, that desire for connection, a life that matters. And Scrooge's journey going from miser to, well, someone who actually cares, it embodies that. It's like that search for meaning we all go through.
It shows us that no matter what, no matter how stuck we feel, there's always a chance for change. It's never too late to reconnect with what's important, to choose generosity and love.
That's the real magic of the story, isn't it? It's not about ghosts or time travel. It's about the human spirit,
Mm.
choosing kindness, connecting with others, making the world a better place, even just a little bit.
It's a story we come back to year after year, and it always feels relevant. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into A Christmas Carol, I want to leave you with this thought. What's your business of humanity? What small acts of kindness can you bring into your life? Not just at Christmas, but all the time. Because we all have the power to make a difference.
Well said. And as Tiny Tim said, God bless us, everyone.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into A Christmas Carol. We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little inspiring. Be sure to subscribe to the Deep Dive for more explorations of fascinating topics. We'll catch you next time.